Hey, welcome to the Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. 4A state coverage here from the UCC U Center, home of the Utah Valley Wolverines. Devin Dixon, Trevor Allen for the nightcap, Trev. And then there was one game remaining. 7 are in the books. And we got one more quarterfinal girls game, and it is the Payson Lions and the Desert Hills Thunder. And it was just 2 years ago. Desert Hills was cutting down the nets and state champs, of course. Last year, we know Ridgeline, who just won moments ago, was the champs, and they're looking to repeat. And obviously, this Payson Lion team comes in under Chad Bear, 16-7 record, good in region play, did not lose a game, 10-0.
Yeah, it was a solid region play. I mean, you know, whenever you can go without a loss in region play, it's always a good thing. It gives you a lot of momentum going into the playoffs. Obviously, they're able to make it here. They have 3 starters that are in that average double figures. And so it's pretty well-rounded scoring, and just see if they could put it all together against a good Desert Hills team that had to go on the road and win some games in order to get here.
Yeah, do have a couple seniors, leaders, Hannah Heaton, Ashton Hansen, Jenna Brown, but then they have a group of sophomores that have really contributed some big minutes this year for Coach Ron Danos. They're 10-12 overall. They are the 12 seed in this bracket. This is the 5-12 matchup, and they were 5-7 in Region 9, but we've already seen 2 region teams advance to tomorrow. Cedar, they're in the semis, and so is Snow Canyon. They're in the semis, so 5-7 in the region, but obviously some other good teams down there in southern Utah.
Yeah, I mean, it's stacked, as you can see, but it looks like the road leads to Ridgeline going at it again. I mean, Devin, we've done this is our 8th game today, 8th and final game today. All 6 of them were close games, and Ridgeline had the only blowout. But I mean, Ridgeline's probably arguably the best team in the entire state, boys or girls basketball.
Yeah, they're proving why they are the number 1 seed. Big night for Emily Skinner. They put up 66, only give up 22. Very impressive. And of course, the winner of this game gets a shot at the defending state champs. This is Boulevard Home, bringing you our title sponsorship coverage here on the radio side, UCCU on the stream side here. We love our partners. If you see their ads or you hear us talk about them and you need their products or services, tell them thanks for sponsoring high school athletics here inside the 4A state tournament. You look at these 2 coaches. Coach Danos been a coach, multiple sports, a lot of years. Mentioned the state championship a couple seasons ago. Coach Chad Barr, his brother on staff, daughter and a niece there for the coaching tree there for Payson. And obviously maybe a little size advantage for Payson, Trevor, but maybe a little more athleticism and speed for Desert Hills. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, we've actually seen in past games, size doesn't always matter, right? It's all about speed and quickness and being able to get up the floor and play at your own pace, which I actually feel is a key to this game, where whichever team can play at their own pace, play their own style of basketball, is going to come out on top.
Yeah, points in the paint, fast break points, turnovers. We'll keep track of all of it. Your team to auto sales keys to the game. Who can rebound? Who can win on the glass? We've heard that from a lot of coaches throughout the day today. And we'll see what happens here in the nightcap as both teams have emptied the floor. Warm-ups are in the books, and we're about to get our House of Jump starting lineup. If you're in St. George, 415 South Dixie Drive, House of Jump, indoor trampoline park. It's fantastic. Great for birthday parties or just a night out with the family. And about to meet the starters for Payson and Desert Hills. And obviously, if you're just tuning in late, Cedar winning, Snow Canyon winning. They'll play each other. That'll be a Region 9 showdown tomorrow at 4:10. Ridgeline will be the 2:30 game against the winner of this game. Semis are set in the boys as well. You had an upset earlier today with Snow Canyon's boys.
2 upsets.
Winning. Yeah, 2. Yeah. You're right, 2 upsets today. Yeah, you surprised by it. Which one surprised you more?
Oh, definitely Dixie losing. I mean, again, we've said it on multiple broadcasts. David versus Goliath, and you were telling me that in region play, Snow Canyon lost to Dixie by double digits in both of their meetings in region, and then they come here and absolutely handle business. They could do whatever they wanted against Dixie, and they just didn't have an answer for them.
Yeah, that was a big win for Snow Canyon. Cottonwood, the other upset that Trevor was alluding to, they beat Logan, the 3 seed, by 4 points earlier today. Starting lineups right there for Desert Hills and Ron Danos. Bryn Mortensen, Ellie Westhoff, Hannah Heaton, Ashton Hansen, and Jenna Brown. And here come the Payson Lions. Brenly, let's see, that's number 4, Avery Roundy, Chesney Roundy. They are sisters. Then you've
Yeah,
got
yeah. One of them's a junior, one of them's a senior.
correct Quincy Matthews, Oakley Jackman, and Kaya Barr.
Kaya Barr, yep. So, everything goes through Oakley Jackman. She averages 12.5 points per game. And then you've got Quincy Matthews, who averages 10.7 points per game. Chesney Roundy at 8.5. So near double digits for her. So, that's kind of where they go to. Again, a little bit more length, so, should be able to win Battle of the Boards, but we've seen in the past in other games that doesn't always matter. It's all about boxing out properly and getting position on the ball and being able to get stops that way. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because, Desert Hills doesn't look like they have a lot of size. But we'll see what kind of pace they're able to play at.
Tip is won by Payson. We are underway. Let's take a look at our Finley Subaru Star Watch. How about Oakley Jackman? 12 and 8 rebounds a game. And then let's look at Hannah Heaton. She got nicked up. They thought maybe it was an ACL. MRA came back negative. She had the game-winning free throw last Thursday in a 1-point win to get the Thunder into this quarterfinal game. We'll keep an eye on those two stars for each respective team. A steal and a takeaway. Here come the Thunder. Early turnover there for Payson. Bryn Mortensen out top. Lob it high to Hansen on the elbow. Waiting for some scissor action. Now she'll hand off to Bryn. Bryn cutting through the lane and a trip and a foul. I believe on number 31, Kaya Barr.
Really good there on that scissor action, just being able to get the screens right there. And really it's all about having that ball and then reading who's going to have that open look.
Out top, Westhoff gives to Jenna Brown. Kick to the corner to Hansen, back out on the wing. Now straight away, Thunder will reset. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Man-to-man defense for the Lions. Drive down the lane, little runner up and no good. That one out of the hand of Hannah Heaton, and here comes the Lions with their second possession. Play-by-play brought to you by Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, best ice cream on the planet. Three, no good. Back iron, batted around, controlled by the Lions. They try to lob it in high. It hits the rim on a carom, and Desert Hills picks it up. They want to run. Ahead to Westhoff. To a trailing Hannah Heaton. Right-hand lane, got it. First bucket of the night goes to Hannah Heaton.
Pushing the pace and then getting into the paint, scooping it with the right hand. Great move there.
They pick up a little bit of three-quarter court man pressure here. Jenna Brown hounding the wing there. And Oakley Jackman gets it in the front court, loses control, out of bounds, turnover number 2 for the line. A little nerves early for Payson.
Yeah, not only that, but also, Desert Hills, as soon as they end up getting their score, coach is telling them to pressure up a little bit. It's a way to get them to speed up the pace of play and really speed up Payson, and it worked on that play by getting that turnover.
Heaton out top to Bryn Mortensen. Morty goes over to Westhoff. To the corner to Hansen. She's a senior. And now still. Little takeaway there by Kaya Barr. And Coach Chad Barr calling out 5-finger play.
Usually means a 5-out motion, but
that ball deflected. Looked like Hannah Heaton was in the lane, but it must have been touched by a Lion after the initial tip.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
And that is another turnover for the Lions.
Yeah, it's not good to start out a playoff game, especially of this magnitude, with 3 turnovers.
Ashton Hansen will take a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Heaton, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line and shoot 2.
And I believe that foul's on Jackman. It's not something you want to do, have your best player pick up your first foul within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Hannah Heaton to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. You see a look at that foul and a loose ball rebound from the backside. Just kind of came downward motion. Might have got some ball and then the hand after the fact. Free throw up and in. Heaton will earn another one.
Yeah, she got her on the arm a little bit, as she was going up with that. Jackman did.
And short. Ball batted around, controlled by the Lions. They want to push. And good transition D. Now the Lions will set up the half-court offense.
And it looks like Desert Hills coming out in man-to-man as well. Playing straight up. Yep, getting your hand caught in the cookie jar right there.
Bryn Mortensen with the foul, her first. Team's first. Just a sophomore, Bryn. Both their older brothers played football and basketball at Desert Hills. Little runner, too strong, off the window. Loose ball rebound, controlled down low, shot on a putback, won't go, and a good strong rebound on the second attempt, and then a foul called or just out of bounds. I believe it's just out of bounds, last touch by the Lions.
Yeah, it's something you really don't want to do. If you can prevent calling a foul on a play like that, you don't really need to unless it's obvious that it's a charging call. But if it's just going to go this way, leave it alone.
You can see Heaton, that left knee she banged up, got a sleeve on. But good news to get her back. I think she just missed one game.
That's crazy.
The first playoff game, and then was back out there last Thursday on a road win.
That's just toughness right there, Devin.
Oh, and a sneaky little pass. It was almost stolen, but Heaton goes and attacks the ball. Now she weaves in, back out, now drives the baseline, and we've got her stepping on the baseline. Turnover Thunder, their first of the night.
Good job by that defender for Payson, just cutting off the drive on the base. You're always taught as far as to lead the ball handler down to the baseline, to use that as another defender and then cut them off as they get there. Was able to do that and get her to the Desert Hills player to go out of bounds.
Emmy Hales checks in, first off the bench for the Lions. Into the front court. 3-0 Desert Hills leads. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left, and a travel call there on Payson. And really before they could even set up anything.
Yeah, and that's something that it's hard to get a flow going, especially when you're turning the ball over 4 times. And I think they have, 2 shot attempts, I'm guessing? If that.
Brown on a skip. Over to Tess Peterson, who just checked in. Hanging and trying to hit that awkward shot to go. Got her own misses, blocked away. Ooh. Nice block up high by Jackman.
Good job walling up right there by Jackman, because she could have easily picked up her second foul.
4 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Low-scoring defensive battle so far. On the wing, lob it high, too high. But it does kick through. Lions keep possession.
Emmy Hale's able to keep that one alive.
Now to 10 on the shot clock, and there's turnover number 5. Here comes Bryn Mortensen racing ahead, down the left wing. Shot up, no good. Rebound Heaton. She'll hand to Jenna Brown, over to Hanson. And Ashton Hanson missed a pretty good look at about a 16-foot jumper, just short. Bigger space, more arena than the high school gymnasiums, and now Coach Denos wants a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell, because I've even talked to the Snow Canyon coach during that broadcast and asked, is the venue change a little bit different compared to, a regular high school gym? And she said, no, it's still a basketball, and, you've got 2 hoops and all that stuff, and it's all the same. But, it can be different, because you're looking at this like, look, it could be our last game. It's win or go home. That's really what it is. And so, the stakes are much higher, nerves are much higher. It's a lot about getting, the jitters out, and I feel like that's what Payson's having to go through right now. Desert Hills, it looks like that they're also going through it too, but they're also just trying to capitalize off of those turnovers. They just haven't yet.
Yeah, a lot of teams will try to do a shoot around in another arena or get a walk through just because there is more space behind the rims. But 10 feet, orange rim, same distance to the foul line, free throw length hasn't changed. So it's a great point. But, yeah, maybe a little nerves for both the Lions and the Thunder early in this one. 3-0 Thunder.
They've also had to wait a really long time for this game to tip off.
Yeah, the anticipation all day. That's a great point. And a tip. Miley Villanueva is now out of that timeout for Coach Ron Denos. Just another sophomore on this Thunder team.
Well, she wants to get some more playing time. She's just getting her hands in every lane right now.
Heaton nearly a steal, and now we've got an offensive foul called against the Lions.
And that's on 31 on Kaya Barr. I didn't see what happened there. I'm guessing it was something like a push off or something, because it was off-ball action.
Already 3 team fouls, and still 3 minutes to go, but definitely don't want to put the Thunder on the free throw line for 2 free throws in the first. In a 3-0 game. Low-scoring affair here. Hannah Heaton. Mid-range J, got it. Hannah Heaton has all 5 Thunder points, and it's a 5-0 lead.
Great job by Heaton. As soon as she gets into that triple threat, saw a defender coming. Pump fake, got to the rim, nice floater.
And Hannah Heaton with the steal. She'll knife down the lane. Up and no good. Rebound fought for. Now we got a whistle and a foul as Heaton hit the deck. And they'll get the foul on Emmy Hales, her first, and the fourth now on the Lions.
That's 4 potential players that could pick up their second between now and halftime. That's a lot.
Ball is tipped and stolen away. Here come the Lions, racing down. Right-handed shot, no good, but a whistle on foul. Chesney Roundy, who averages 11.4 points per game, will be heading to the fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Stop by one of their Utah, Nevada locations. Get big gas savings every time you get your car washed. 20 cents off per gallon of gas at the pump. Or diesel, right? For the big diesel truck drivers out there like Trevor Allen.
I am far from that, Devin.
High arcing free throw, but back iron no good.
I'm also not a guy who has his Twitter handle on his truck, like some other guy that I know. Do you know that guy?
I've never heard of him.
Hey, I know that it was against your will, Devin.
Yeah, I did not design the truck.
I will point that out.
Company designed the truck.
Yes, company designed the truck. They just wanted to pump their morning drive star. I would do the same.
The drive and a kick on the baseline. Back to Heaton. Villanueva jumper no, and rebound Lions.
I really like Villanueva, even though she missed that shot. She checks into the ball game. She's a sophomore playing at this level, and she's coming in getting her hands active on defense, and then just not even blinking an eye on taking a shot.
And takeaway, and another Payson turnover. Villanueva kick out on the wing. Good look at a three. Hanson. Not this time.
Looks like Heaton's going to get the foul for Desert Hills. Yep.
Clausen into the game. Kimber Clausen. So Villanueva, Clausen, Hannah Heaton, Ashton Hanson, Jenna Brown, the 5 on the court right now for Coach Rhonda Noss. Inbounds right through the hands of the Lions, and Brown will pick it up.
And it looks like Payson moved into a zone.
Hales kind of running the point, top of that zone. Also,
but it kind of looks like a matchup zone because Barr started in the paint, and then she went out to the perimeter. So,
and Jenna Brown going to check out. Tess Peterson going to check in.
Now let's see. Now they move into a 2-3 zone. It's something that I've even done as a coach, where on a baseline out of bounds plays, when you're normally playing man, you switch it to a zone just to keep the offense honest.
And a nice job getting their hands in there and grabbing a steal. That was Kaya. No, that was actually Quincy Matthews.
Yeah, that was Matthews, and she's taking the shot right now, just off the iron.
Just short.
Can't get anything to go right now.
Heaton, lead pass ahead to Tess Peterson. Whip pass across the lane. Clausen, no. Good look, wouldn't fall.
There's a lot of good looks right now, Devin. It's just trying to shake off the jitters and having to wait probably 12 hours since the first game started.
Yeah, of course, these teams probably did a shoot around elsewhere. Had some lunch. Probably try to stay off their feet a little bit, do a little chalk talk. Anybody call it chalk talk anymore? Nobody uses chalkboards anymore.
No, they don't. It's all marker boards.
It's cooler to say chalk talk than it is dry erase talk.
Well, you're definitely not going to call it dry erase talk.
Just proving my point.
Yeah, you are.
Shot from the wing, no. Offensive rebound, fought for and cleared by the Thunder. It's Villanueva. She'll bring it across the timeline. Over to Clausen on the wing. Clausen to the coffin corner. She'll give it up, get it back.
I also don't know a lot of people who use the word coffin corner.
No?
You're just an old school guy, Devin. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't even pulled my hot rod out yet.
Yeah, it's still parked in St. George.
And a steal. And a foul.
Again, hey, I'm not hating the fact that Villanueva reached in right there. She's aggressive. She checked in with zero care in the world of what happened, of what level she's on. She's coming in and she's going to make a difference in this game.
And again, I mean, you look at Tess Peterson, sophomore, Villanueva, sophomore, Clausen, sophomore, Bryn Mortensen, sophomore. A lot of young players mixed with a few seniors.
Desert Hills, in a matter of a year or two, could be where Ridgeline's at right now.
And that was kicked around and time expires, and nobody able to get a shot off. We've played one. Well, only 6 total points in the quarter, but 5 of them from the Thunder. 5-1 our score. We'll take a full 60-second timeout and be right back.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Here at Custom Lighting Solutions, we provide the perfect answer to lighting your home and property.
No matter the occasion, you can trust our product to make your house fun and beautiful.
Payson.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Trevor Allen, and just 1 point in the game. That was a free throw from Chesney Roundy. Payson Lions going to try to get that offense going in the second quarter. And how about Hannah Heaton? She scored all 5 of the Thunder points, so only 2 players have scored so far.
So you're telling me it's Hannah Heaton 5, Chesney Roundy 1?
Correct.
Okay.
Steal by the Thunder, and boy, oh boy, that is turnover number 7 for the Lions. Villanueva, they say travels. And that is turnover number 2, unofficial stats. These are my statistics here.
Devin doing math at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, scary notion, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Drive down to the corner, leave it. Amy Hales now deeper in the corner, 3 up and no good out of the hand of Roundy, but an offensive rebound. Hales whips it inside. Little reverse effort, no good by Quincy Matthews. But another opportunity here, mid-range jumper, and that won't fall. Lions got a couple good looks, couldn't get the range.
Chesney has a good shot motion. It's just harder to get in that catch-and-shoot stance when you're having to move the ball back to your shoulder the way that she does. But if it works, but just didn't there.
Double team on Brown. She'll take initiative, drive the lane, blocked away. Beautiful block up high by Oakley Jackman. Crossover, and Mortensen got a hand in there. It goes off the foot of Kaya Barr, and turnover Lions.
That's number 8.
Down East Furniture, great sponsor, bringing you tonight's broadcast. It's our stats sponsor tonight, and that's not one turnover Chad Barr wants to be a part of, is any more turnovers. Too many for his liking.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably 7 too many.
And have an occasional turnover or 2, but
Yeah,
we're still
it's
early
gonna happen.
second.
It's basketball.
Mortensen holding out top, plenty of time on the shot clock.
But it also hasn't been turnovers that have really killed Payson either. A lot of them have been dead ball turnovers, where it allows them to set up their defense.
Avery Roundy was trying to gamble, go for that steal, and she runs into Villanueva. And now Coach Tenos wants another timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy and American Family Insurance.
Looks like a 30-second timeout.
And we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got the jitters out now, Devin. It's been, 8+ minutes. Things have got to start turning one way or the other. I mean, it can't be stuck at 5-1 for the whole half, right?
Yeah, I mean, Desert Hills 10-12 coming in, 5-7 Region 9, Payson 16-7, 10-0. You had to score some points along the way this year to win some games, but I mean, was the emphasis on defense over the weekend coming up here for these two teams? Desert Hills a team that, averages some pretty good production. Their stats are not fully updated, but they're probably averaging 57, 58 points a game. Payson somewhere in that same neighborhood.
Yeah.
But we're not pacing for that right now. Luckily, earlier today, we already got our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. 51.6 points per game is exactly where Payson averages. But only 1 point so far. And they got to dig in on defense. Back to live action here.
It looks like they're in a 3-2, kind of a 1-2-2-ish zone that moves into a 3-2.
And great hustle down low by Hannah Heaton to tip that out and keep possession for the Thunder.
Hannah Heaton's playing like she doesn't have any problems with her knee. That's crazy.
And a steal. Here come the Lions looking for some offense.
And, pressure right as she crosses the timeline. It's good stuff right there.
Good little
dump
pass
off.
down low and a bucket up and in. First field goal of the game.
Quincy Matthews driving into the lane. Sees a Desert Hills defender coming, dumps it right off for an easy layup. It's something that you need to get your first field goal of the game.
Thunder out top, Mortensen right to Heaton, driving down the middle of the lane, into the heart of the defense, and count it! And one opportunity for Hannah Heaton, who has all 7 Thunder points, and she'll head to the line. The senior, Hannah Heaton, huh, Trev?
I mean, it doesn't take a genius to understand that, and, I'm sure Payson has talked about trying to stop Hannah Heaton. But, when someone has all of a team's points, you would start focusing on them a little bit more. But she's also a really scrappy player. She's having to work for those points.
Heaton connects from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. And it's an 8-3 lead for the Thunder. 5:36 left on the Scooters Coffee second quarter clock. Nearly a over and back violation.
I thought it was. Her foot was on the line.
3-point attempt. Hit the rim a couple times, falls off no good, and a loose ball rebound staying. No, it's not. It's going to be over the back.
Yeah, it is.
And it's going to be on Quincy Matthews. Second personal foul.
Ooh, that's tough. Your second leading scorer picking up her second.
Yep, she came in at 11.3. Chesney right at 11.4. Jackman 12 plus. 3 in double digits. And there's a mid-range J. Down it goes, Jenna Brown. And somebody not named Hannah Heaton into the scorebook.
Gotta love that. Somebody else changing it up.
Which Barr probably doesn't. Coach Denos probably does. Hard drive and a foul. And Lions will head to the line for free throws.
Connecting to sister.
You think they've practiced that in the
driveway?
backyard? Yeah.
Yeah, they have. I haven't asked them, but you would like to assume that.
Free throw for Roundy, good. That's Chesney. Now 2 for 3 from the line tonight. And one more. This would quadruple the first quarter point total, and she drains it.
I was just about to tell you, if I'm Payson, I'm putting in a full court press and on a make here, and he did exactly what I was thinking.
Mortensen gets it to Brown, who gets it ahead to Tess Peterson. Back to Mortensen. 3, Peterson, back iron too strong. Tracked down by Heaton. Heaton, Euro step, lob. Peterson, left-hand lane, got it.
Hannah Heaton is now starting to get her teammates involved, and, saying, hey, keep working at it, trying to get good looks, and a great pass right there leading to a layup.
Coach Chad Barr wanted to travel before that bucket, didn't get it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little coaching secret, Devin, here after this play.
Too strong, offensive rebound, put back up and in, and that was Avery Roundy, her first points of the night.
Something coaches will do, just to even throw off the officials, is yell out travel. I've done it many times this season.
Just hoping you'll get the next one, right?
Well, just even if it's not a travel, you just yell it out, and because maybe you never know when you'll get that call.
Want them to watch for it. I've seen a lot of travels called today in this 4A tournament, especially in the boys'
in that
morning
Christian
wave.
Murray game.
They were so excited to make it quick, and they kept changing that pivot foot.
Yep, stutter step travel.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Desert Hills retains possession, leading 12-7.
Payson going back in that zone.
3:48 to go, second quarter.
And then with that line format coming out for Desert Hills.
And shot up by Hanson, and she'll head to the line. Shot wouldn't fall. We'll be looking and naming towards the conclusion our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. I don't think we've seen it yet, Trev.
No, we haven't yet. Although there's been a couple of passes from Heaton that have looked good. But, it's something to keep in your back pocket.
Neither team has hit a 3 yet in this game.
Haven't been many attempts, though. I know Payson's only, shot 1, maybe 2. And Desert Hills, I think, has only shot 2 or 3.
Hanson's first free throw, no good. Here comes the second. That one's short. Rebound batted, tipped, and knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Payson basketball.
It looks like Desert Hills is going to put on a press. Looks like a man-to-man press. Yep, that's what it is.
And they break it.
Calling a play for Quincy. So look for 24 action here.
Hales up top, hitting Roundy. Roundy down the lane, up and in. Chesney Roundy.
Right there. That was a decoy play. Coach at least called it for Quincy Matthews, but it ended up being Roundy. Great pass right there, and just attacking the rim. I like it.
And to Tess Peterson. Thunder lead is 3. And a jump ball tie-up on a reach-in. Alternate possession stays with the Thunder.
And just like that, Devin, the ball's starting to go in the hoop more.
Yeah, starting to get a little scoring, a little rhythm. Game of the day brought to you by City of St. George Recreation Department. Your kids' journey to their sports career starts with SG City Rec. Spring sports signups are now open. Just head to the website, sgcityrec.org. And loose ball, mad scramble. Ball flopped around, still loose, and now a tie-up. Team's hustling, getting on the floor. You love the hustle plays, trying to get to those 50-50 balls to save a possession.
Hustle plays turn into winning plays, Devin. Especially at this level, you can't ever have enough of them.
Ellie Westhoff checks back in. Tess Peterson checks out for the Thunder. Here comes Kaya Barr.
Just putting up a little bit of pressure just to try and get trying to shake up the ball handler a little bit.
Kick out, Barr 3, no. Rebound, Hannah Heaton.
Thought the bank was maybe open at 9:40 at night. Wasn't there.
The mobile deposit was available.
Yeah.
Inside to Hanson. Ball stripped and stolen. Turnover. Defense, defense, defense. Both these teams exuding it. And a 12-9 Desert Hills lead here on the Wilkinson scoreboard with just 2:15 left. That ball's tipped by Mortensen in the backcourt. Wren hawking it down. And a little touch foul called on Bryn Mortensen. That is her second.
I mean, it is a touch foul, but the thing is, Devin, is that it kept happening, and after the third or fourth time, you eventually got to call it. I do like the aggression, though. Just keeping the pressure on, especially in the backcourt. It's wearing out Payson. You can look at them. They've already looked tired, and we still have 2 minutes left until halftime.
And as long as they call that consistent, as long as they're consistent with it and they give it both ways, then, hey, you play on. Blocked by Mortensen. That looked clean.
That looked clean to me.
Take a look at our replay brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt, HA5. Nice pass inside. And then the help comes.
That looked clean. Woo. And it doesn't look body either. I don't think it was either. And as they say, ball don't lie.
And for Mortensen, I got her for 3 now. So she's going to have to check out the last minute 55 of the second quarter on a open court bump foul, and then appearing to be pretty good play on the top of the ball. Didn't get the whistle to go her way.
Hey, I'm no official. I mean, I did it years ago. I did it for 5 years. It's not something
that
I
was
would've
enough,
called.
huh? That was enough.
Yeah.
Thankless job. I mean, our officials do a great job.
Yeah, they do. But I also know
they're human.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. You're not going to have a robot doing it, at least
and
yet.
now the steal off the press and a bucket up and in. Bucket up and in for Quincy Matthews. She's got 4 on the night. We're tied up 12-12. Thunder break the press.
The 2-2-1 press. It's kind of the default press that a lot of coaches use. Try and trap corners.
Brown on the wing. Hanson in the corner. Back to Brown. And they'll reset through Hannah Heaton. Still 14 on the shot clock for the Thunder. All of a sudden, it's a little 5-0 run for the Lions. Lob it to Westhoff. Back to Heaton with 5. They got to go. Brown sensing that. She'll hoist. Misfire on the 3. Offensive rebound. A cross-court pass to Hanson. Back outside. Fresh shot clock for the Thunder. 1:08 left in the first half. Into Heaton. High arcing jumper. No good. And rebound cleared by the Lions. Here comes Emmy Hales. Into the front court. Weaving through traffic. Kick over to Roundy. 3 in the air. Got it! Chesney Roundy. The first 3 of the game for either team.
Draw and kick. As simple as that. And she gets the bucket to go, and now they have their first lead of the game.
Hanson inside of a good entry pass. And Hanson fouled on the shot. She'll shoot 2. Payson has their first lead of the night on a triple by Chesney Roundy.
Kaya Barr picks up her second foul, something to keep in mind with 42 seconds left here in the half.
Yeah, her and Quincy Matthews both have 2. Ben Mortensen on the bench with 3 for Coach Janas and the Thunder.
And that's who Avery Roundy's coming in for, is Kaya Barr.
And Hanson gets both Fabulous Freddy's free throws. First points of the night.
Yeah, not nearly enough time to go 2 for 1, but they nearly almost did go 2 for 1 on there. That was a nice pull-up jumper by Quincy Matthews.
And she's got 6 in the second quarter. She is coming alive. Shot from the corner, too strong. Rebound, Lions. They got a 3-point lead, 17-14. Coach Barr wants them to hold for 1, but they got a wide open lay-in, and Hales got it with the left hand.
You got to do it. I know a lot of coaches would be upset to, not hold for the last shot, but if you have a chance to get automatic points, you do it.
Driving down the lane, Hannah Heaton, no. Brown tied up, that'll do it, 19-14. After scoring 1 point in the first quarter, Payson finding some rhythm here to take the lead at the half by 5, Trev.
Yeah, and as just to kind of expand more on that talk where, trying to go for the last shot, ends up getting a layup, and solely because Desert Hills then goes the other way. But we'll go ahead and send it over to Caden Formaster, who's with the Payson head coach.
All right, Coach, good second quarter there. After first quarter, not a lot of scoring going on in the first quarter, but you got it done in the second. Where are you going into halftime telling your girls?
Absolutely great second quarter. First quarter, we're playing a little tight, not like ourselves. And, we got to do what we did in the second quarter throughout the rest of the game. Rebound, defend, look to make shots that are open. Don't try to force stuff. And rebound. We got to get more rebounds. We're going to do that a little bit better. But we'll settle in here. We'll be all right.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, that's Caden Formaster with head coach of the Lions, Chad Barr. And he kind of threw that in, not really as an afterthought. A rebound, we thought that was going to be important.
Yeah, it was.
Both teams did a good job getting some offensive rebounds and some second chance points.
Yeah, but it didn't really seem like that there was a team who overwhelmingly did it. It was kind of sporadic, and it was between both teams, so kind of evened itself out there. But if you're Payson, it's like we have to limit those, because we obviously have the size advantage. They don't. Desert Hills is thinking, hey, to be even with them on the offensive glass, it's something we'll take in the first half.
Leading scorer, Chesney Roundy, 8 points in the half, 6 for Quincy Matthews. Hannah Heaton pacing the Thunder. She had 8 points to lead the Thunder. Rally Stop halftime show underway. We'll take a timeout, come back, kind of give you some analysis, run down all of the scoring. We'll recap all the scores from today. After this 2-minute timeout, nightcap at the half, 19-14. Lions lead the Thunder on KSLSports.com and the Fan Sports Network.
Cache Valley Bank is dedicated to fostering local businesses, aiding financial growth, and building strong relationships. From personal to business banking, we are committed to helping you reach your financial goals. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await.
Central Milling is personally invested in the quality of their products and their relationships with customers and suppliers. They are also a proud supporter of high school sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports, wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there, wherever you are. Tune in, on air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all, from high school to pro, and the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone, the one team that never stops tracking your teams.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
This is Parker. This is Jason with Team D Auto Sales. Supporting local sports for over 20 years. That's 2 decades. Come to Team D Auto Sales at 488 East St. George Boulevard or teamdautosales.com. Yeah!
Team D, Team D. At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes from Logan to St. George for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified team in all of Utah. Call 435-251-2299 to find the location near.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Rally Stop halftime show. Stop by Utah Rally Stop before or after your favorite teams are in action on the courts, on the fields. Devin Dixon, Trevor Allen. Let's 19-14 here. Low-scoring affair. Payson scores just 1 point in the first quarter, 18 in the second quarter. They have a 5-point lead. 8 for Roundy, 6 for Matthews. Avery Roundy chipped in 2. So did Emmy Hales. 8 for Hannah Heaton to pace the Thunder. 2 apiece for Ashton Hansen, Jenna Brown, and Tess Peterson. Those are your Down East stats. Earlier today, we checked the Nets on Fire score updates. Here we start with the boys' quarterfinal scores. Early this morning, Green Canyon Trev beat Ridgeline 67-64.
Yeah, that was a great game. It came down to the wire, just like a lot of the games did, with Jared Anderson and had 23 points, hit 5 threes. Laker Ward had 20 and 6 3-pointers with Kyron Hoffman adding 11. And then for Ridgeline in the loss, 20 points from Carson Cox, 17 for Jagger Frankham, and 10 points for Cam Blotter.
Second game of the day after that, Layton Christian down 7 at the half. They come back in the second half, win over Murray 58-53. A hotly contested game, really well played.
Yeah, and three Eagles scored in double figures, led by Luka Kulundic. Yeah, that's right. I have the pronunciation somewhere. Oh, it's under here. He had 16 points, came alive in the second half with Baloo with 15 points, and then Armani with 11 to lead Layton Christian. Then Isaiah Bay, a sophomore, had 20 points for Murray. Quentin Chrisman in his final game with Murray had 15 points for the Spartans.
Then it was the 2 seed Dixie, the 7 seed Snow Canyon. That's our Region 9 showdown. Dixie had won by 16 and 19 during the regular season, but Snow Canyon with the upset special, folks, 68-57.
Brecken Robinson and Kyle Lemke having 19 points apiece was not enough for the Flyers, with Owen Mackey, who's arguably one of the best players in the entire state, 23 points and 7 rebounds. And then you have Damon Entz, who had 14 points, 4 3-pointers, proved to be huge. And so 4 guys scored in double figures. Owen Ilola had 13 points and Trey Kelch with 10.
Then it was Cottonwood and Logan, and another little upset is down goes the Logan Grizzlies, the 3 seed. Cottonwood gets the win, 52-48.
Jordan Childs scoring 20 points for the Grizzlies wasn't enough. And then you have Jordan Roosevelt had 17 points. Peter Aguama had 12. And the shocking thing, Utah State commit Chris Cox only had 4 points fouled out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise there. You go to the afternoon wave and into the night here. And first up, Cedar and Green Canyon. Cedar had to build a 20-point lead and then watch it dissipate.
It was almost 30. I think it was like 28 or something like that. It was a lot.
Amazing comeback, but Green Canyon cannot finish the comeback off, and so Cedar advances.
Annalise Shimada had 22 points. Kiara Hansen had 18, and then Maya Bischoff had 12. And then for Green Canyon, Janelyn Blotter had 18 to lead the charge for the Wolves.
Ended up being a 5-point win, 59-54. Cedar would sit around and watch Liv Hamlin put on a show. The junior guard for Snow Canyon dropped 35. Snow Canyon wins 52-40 over Skyview, but they didn't separate until midway part of the fourth quarter where they pulled away for the victory.
Yeah, and that was exactly what it was. It was a very close game, and then they kind of took over. Had a really good second half led by Olivia Hamlin.
That'll be 4:10 tomorrow. Cedar and Snow Canyon Part 3. Snow Canyon did win both of those girls' regular season matchups. Livy Hamlin told you in the postgame show it is tough to beat a team 3 times, but she was confident in her and her teammates, and they were looking forward to the opportunity.
And then we go into the last game. It was Dixie falling to Ridgeline 66-22.
And we got Caden Formaster with Coach Ron Donos. Caden.
Coach, coming out of halftime there, you had a little downs in the first. What did you tell the girls at the halftime break?
We just need to finish our shots and get rebounds. And, we're right there. We just can't finish right now, and they just got to stay with it, and good things will happen to us.
What are for?
I think we're still going to get after it defensively. I think they're getting really tired. I don't think they can handle the pressure really good. We got to just do a better job of helping the helper. They kind of got a couple of easy ones on that because we didn't drop down and help. So we talked about that, and hopefully they'll come out and accomplish that.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Caden. Coach's comments brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no off-season 5 Utah locations from Logan to St. George. At the half, 19-14, Payson leading Desert Hills here in the 4A girls quarterfinal action. And Trev, did we get through all the scores?
Yeah, we did.
Except for Ridgeline. Ridgeline beat Dixie. We mentioned it briefly.
Yeah, and I mentioned the score, but as far as who scored it, it was a team effort. Really good performance by
Emily Skinner.
The best team in the entire state.
Yeah, the defending state champs. Skinner didn't play a lot in that fourth quarter, and she still had 22 points, 10 rebounds. Livingston chipped in 15. Macy Brown with 11. They are the real deal. But we'll see who Ridgeline gets. The winner of this game will get a shot at the #1 overall seed tomorrow, 2:30, the tip-off of that game. And then the boys will play tomorrow night. Should be a fun day, too, here from Utah Valley University. Second half adjustments. What did you think of what Coach Noss was saying?
Yeah, I was actually I was about to ask you that, but of what I thought, of what really stood out was of what he said about them not being able to handle pressure. It's something that coaches usually try to keep to themselves, but he was free about saying it, and we'll definitely see if they're going to press a little bit more, because it did seem like Payson did have a hard time handling the press, and it's hard to put on a press whenever you don't make a bucket, and so for Desert Hills you got to make buckets to be able to put on a press.
Westhoff got a great little pass to the middle, but missed the little 5-footer. Just left a little bit short. And here come the Lions, their first possession of half number 2, up by 5. Man-to-man defense applied by the Thunder. Turnaround baseline jumper too strong. Offensive rebound put back. That's good.
Really good rebound, backside rebound, and then put back by Jackman. She's probably had a lot of those, especially when you're averaging 8 rebounds a game. And just like we end up saying, they end up coming into a press, coming right off of makes.
So Oakley Jackman gets her first field goal of the game, and then Ashton Hansen gets her first field goal of the game at the other end. And teams trade buckets. And out of bounds, last touch by Desert Hills, Jenna Brown, who's checking to see.
Yeah, she got hit in the face.
She's okay there, trying to wipe the nose, see if there's
It was
any
an
blood.
inadvertent, it was kind of an incidental contact.
And a steal by Hannah Heaton. Racing ahead, across half court. Hannah, 8 first half points. Kick it up top to Bryn Mortensen, playing with 3 fouls. Had to sit out the last couple minutes of that first half to get it to the elbow. Kick out to Mortensen. Morty lobbing it high to Heaton. Skip to the corner to Jenna Brown. Brown floater, no good. Followed it up, got her own miss. Trying to get that ball up through traffic, and now we've got a tie-up and a jump ball call.
I would imagine Desert Hills puts on their press right now with it being a dead ball, and they are. And really, people wonder at times, as far as putting on a press, it's not always about trying to get the turnover. Obviously, you want to, but it's more just trying to speed up the offense.
Into the front court, Lions break the press, go right down low, off the window and in. Bucket good. Oakley Jackman, back-to-back buckets out of the locker room top.
Coach wanted a foul right there, but either way, it's 2 points for Payson and a 7-point lead.
Lob high, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Payson. 23-16, Lions lead the Thunder. Like we mentioned at the half, winner will get the #1 overall seed, defending state champ, Riverhawks. Hannah Heaton trying to break down the pressure. It's tipped and stolen.
The winner gets the opportunity to play a really good basketball team.
Yeah,
in
no
the
question.
semifinals.
And another nice bucket. This one by Avery Roundy. She's got 4 points tonight. And all of a sudden, the lead has now grown to the largest of the night at 9 points.
Looks like Coach Donas is sending in some of his reinforcements. If I'm him, I'm calling a timeout. Well, not anymore.
Cache Valley Bank 3, Ashton Hansen. Big bucket there. She's got 7. Ball loose, picked up by Mortensen. Morty to the middle. Kick it over to Brown. Jenna Brown up and in. Little 5-0 run the other way for the Thunder.
Turning the ball over coming off of a screen is really frustrating for a coach, and to have it happen at half court and then, to get a layup on the other end.
Lead was 9, now it's 4, and Coach Barr wants a timeout.
I was saying that maybe Coach Donas should call a timeout, and now it's Coach Barr who needs one.
We'll keep it right here. Just a 30-second timeout brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. All your auto, home, or life insurance under one roof. Get a free quote today. See how much Luke can save you. Love our sponsors. Later tonight, we'll be naming our Finley Superstar of the game. We're picking Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. And also our Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game and our Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. We got so many great people sponsoring some rewards to recognize these great student athletes, Trev.
Well, and it's always good to have that reach, and that's why we partner with great people like the Fan Sports Network, Bear River Live, to be able to bring you these broadcasts, because it's a lot more than just the quality broadcast. It's the support from local businesses on all fronts, and
shout out to the crew tonight.
Yeah,
Trev, Caden, Jessica, Andy, Van did a bunch of games with us today.
AKA Steve Kerr.
Yeah. And a drive all the way to the baseline, and a bump foul called on Villanueva. Maybe got away with dragging that back foot.
Maybe. But the question is, what happened first? That's the question. And I would think that the travel happened first, but it didn't. Well, we'll see if Jackman's range, it just wasn't there. She's got a good shot, though. Good shot motion.
You almost expected it to go in.
Yeah.
Thunder get inch closer. Clausen out, Ida Mortensen. Mortensen left wing, Heaton on a drive, and it's deflected and stolen away. Turnover number 8 by my count. Clausen trying to get a steal, and Heaton was converging, and a foul called against Desert Hills, and it's going on Hannah Heaton. Second on Hannah Heaton. 4-point lead for the Lions. Appreciate Dealer Collision Center, your place for auto repair in Southern Utah. Fresh shot clock for the Lions, cutting down the lane, ball tipped. Desert Hills Clausen lets it go. Didn't really have anybody to save it to, and it was last touched by the Thunder. Picket fence across the free throw line. They lob it behind. And then back to the inbound E, and that three-pointer won't go. And a loose ball rebound going to go against Roundy.
Yeah, just trying to do a little too much down there.
Second on Roundy.
Maybe a little too physical, but to me, there is no such thing in playoff basketball.
Approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter. Heaton on the wing. Pointing out directions. Kicks it over to Mortensen. Bren to Villanueva. Miley had it stripped and stolen away.
Oh, she could have got caught with a double dribble. It looked like she had the ball caught on her hip.
Lions, 4-point lead. Ball fake, drive to the middle. Hales, nothing there. Out to Barr. Over to Roundy. Roundy, straight away. Gets it to Jackman. Jackman will go set a pick for Hales. Hales left alone.
Ghost screen right there.
So take the three, misfire, rebound though, Roundy. Backdoor cut. Shot up and in. Beautiful feed. And Kaya Barr finishing her first points of the night.
Getting a good look from three. Started that, especially coming off of a ghost screen. Saw that the defender was going to switch it. Decided to ghost screen it.
Hannah Heaton lining up a straightaway three. Right on line, does not drop. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lions. Probably the best, most wide open three the Thunder have seen in this game. Jenna Brown checking in. Miley Villanueva checking out. Tess Peterson also racing off the bench. Didn't get in time as Mortensen to inbound. Trying to keep fresh legs, both these coaches. Coach Barr going to the bench. Brown, mid-range jumper, quick release, got it. Jenna Brown.
Just a quick turn in with her pivot foot, firing it up mid-range. Love that shot.
She's got 6. Driving in coast to coast, no. Offensive rebound by the Lions. Kick out to Jackman. Jackman down the lane and got it to go. Oakley Jackman's got 6 in the third quarter.
Coach wants another and one for Jackman.
29-23. Hanson, good look at a triple. Got it from the corner. Cache Valley Bank 3. Ashton Hanson, oh my. She's got 8 in the quarter, 10 in the game.
It just takes one little run, and basketball is a game of runs, and Desert Hills is on one right now. Just got to be able to keep on getting stops.
Payson with the possession, 20 on the shot clock, leading by 3. Jackman backing down for a second, then kicking it back out. Roundy will hoist and hit a triple. Chesney Roundy's got 11 in the contest. Can the Thunder answer back? Clausen trying to feed it to Heat, and it's stolen away. Turnover Thunder, their 10th of the game. Coach Bear barking out instructions. Wants to set play.
And it looks like it's a scissor action down in the paint. To try
and that ball is loose. Jackman, though, gets it back. 12 on the shot clock. Cross-court skip. 3 by Roundy. No, but a foul or offensive foul.
I think she kicked her leg out.
Okay, they're going to call it on. That's going to be on
Oh,
Barr.
no, but it's 31.
Kaya Barr.
Must have been a moving screen.
And that is her 3rd personal foul. Take a look at our replay. Seeing our replay? Or excuse me, our Holbrook Asphalt replay.
That was strange by Coach Barr. He's trying to talk to the official while he has his hand up for the sub and went under his arm to try and see his face.
Mid-range jumper, Hannah Heaton knocks it down.
Stop and pop, something that you work on in the gym daily.
She's got 10 in the double figures. Lead is down to 32-28. Payson up by 4 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Had Quincy Matthews wide open in the paint. You got to keep your eyes down there.
Hales holding, lost the dribble, needs some help. Looking. They want to lob it high, Heaton falling down.
Quincy Matthews is keeping that one arm down.
And Hannah Heaton and Quincy Matthews were fighting down low, and Heaton does pick up the personal foul. That's 3 on Hannah.
Coach is telling her to be smart. He's not taking her out. Over to Matthews. Inside. Ooh, that was a good look right there.
Free throws coming. Foul on that shot.
Hand caught in the cookie jar by Mortensen. Is that her 4th?
Was that on Heaton?
No, it was on Mortensen.
I have Brent for 4. They don't have that to confirm on the scoreboard here at the UCC Youth Center, but she's checking out, so I think I'm correct. That is 4.
If not, she at least has 3.
Again, if we get over 55 points, we got the Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert in effect. And right now, 104 left in the third, 33-28.
Do they deliver to the game?
It's good only at the St. George location, unfortunately. There's a deep 3, nothing but the bottom for Tess Peterson. She's got 5. Racing ahead, Roundy.
Play right there.
And they call block on
I
Bill.
don't know about that.
Villanueva gets called with the personal foul. Trevor, what'd you see? Look at the Holbrook replay.
She was stationary. I mean, the only thing that she could have done is actually taken a charge, but
yeah, she's entitled to that space.
Yeah, she is. Like she didn't go into her space. It was the other way around. To me, that wasn't a good call.
Roundy, free throw good. She's got 5. One more from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. And Roundy's second looks good. It is good. She's got 6.
Putting on a little bit of a press, and they're not even having anybody coming back to bring the ball up.
35-31. Got 40 seconds left in the third period here. Winner gets a shot at Ridgeline tomorrow afternoon. For the loser, the season comes to an end. It's a tight one. Skip past Westhoff to Peterson. Skip back over to Brown. Brown will fire a three, no good. Hansen tracks down that loose ball rebound.
I'd pull it out and take the last shot.
They do. 14 seconds.
Keep swinging around the perimeter, especially trying to work the zone.
But a steal by Jackman. She wants to go coast to coast. 5 seconds. Spin move to the middle. Shot up and in. Oakley Jackman. 8 third quarter points for Jackman. Lead is 6, 37-31 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. How about that spin move? Beats the clock with time to spare. And Payson will take the lead of the fourth quarter. When we come back on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Desert Hills had made a little run, Trev, but then that steal where Desert Hills could have hold for the last shot, and you get a bucket there to beat the horn.
Yeah, you end up getting an offensive rebound to be able to hold for the last shot, and then to turn the ball over not only takes away potential 2 or 3 points from your team, and then you end up giving up 2 points on the other end to where it could have been a 2-point game turns into a 6. Going into the fourth quarter does not give you a lot of momentum.
And now...
And then a turnover coming right out of the break, too.
And then Hannah Heaton called for the reach-in.
That wasn't a foul.
And that is number 4.
I do not like to criticize officials because I've been there, I've done that. Not at this level. But that was not a good call.
So often, though, you see they're fighting for that rebound.
I mean,
she's trying to get a tie
maybe
up.
a little bit of a body, but if anything, that's a ticky-tack call.
Kind of called it tighter in this game than some of the earlier games. And as a player, you just have to adjust, right?
Well, not only that, but a lot of players just want to play as Roundy hits a three-pointer. This one's Avery Roundy instead of her sisters hit a few already.
9 now for Avery, 11 for Chesney.
But again, Devin, of what could have been a 4 or 2 point lead heading into the quarter, you come out, turn the ball over, and then give up 3 on the other end. Now it's a 9-point game.
Thunder need a bucket.
A crucial point right here for Desert Hills. They gotta get something back.
Tess Peterson 3, no. Villanueva an offensive rebound. Over to Heaton. She'll lob it high. Hansen has to go get it. Back to Peterson. Working against the zone 2-3 defense. Heaton blocked on a 3-point attempt. Great block by Kaya Barr.
Turns into a closeout, and she ended up just leaning a little bit more on that high hand closeout, getting the block. And great look in the high post paint area.
And Emmy Hales would love to have that one back as she does not get that shot to go. Alone in the middle of the key. Heaton turns, drives, fouled. She'll head to the line, I believe. She was going up.
Yep. And when you say alone, Devin, she was alone.
No one likes to be alone.
No, nobody does.
But you like to be alone in the middle of the key for that shot.
Yeah, whenever you're in the paint, leave me alone.
Replay here. As you see.
Yeah, just a little physical. That's all. Playoff basketball, Devin. It's also after hours with Trevor and Devin. We're having some fun here.
Heaton now with 11 after that free throw drops. Just a reminder, we'll have our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, handing out all of our awards. Heaton second free throw good. We'll cut the lead back down to 7. And now whistle again. And Villanueva's now into foul trouble. She's got 3.
She has 4. That's what the official scorekeeper right here just said.
Okay, so she's got 4. I missed one. Heaton's got 4, and Mortensen's got 4. 3 Thunder players all in foul trouble here.
And Coach Donas is not taking them out.
Oh, no.
Oh, there goes Heaton.
Oh, no.
That's huge. That's huge.
And she is fouling out here with 6:03 to go. 11 points, the senior, out near midcourt.
I mean, that one was, but whenever you're in that position, you have to think to yourself, okay, I've got to be careful when trying to go for steals. I've got to be careful when I'm playing defense. I've got to be very hesitant on what I'm trying to do. And teams also try to attack. As soon as they know that one of your best players, or on the opposing team has 4 fouls, you're going to do everything you can to try and get them in foul trouble. But that was something that she could have prevented. But she's also a very aggressive player, which you like as a coach.
Yeah, now Mortensen has to be smart, right? The other point guard.
And Villanueva.
Yeah, you got to stay out of foul trouble. You can't afford to get, all 3 of them fouled out. Still a lot of game to go. And the Thunder down by 7. And Hansen with a big-time block as Roundy was driving in. But as we see so often on a block, it goes out of bounds and you keep possession. Fans love the block, but coaches sometimes, unless you can keep it in bounds.
You just don't want to turn it over when you inbound it like Payson almost did just now.
It does give you a chance to set up a design play here. 15 on the shot clock. Barr out top to Hales. Hales over to Jackman. Jackman triple threat, puts it on a bounce. Villanueva, smart defense, doesn't commit too much contact. And now a tip and fought for, and the rebound out of bounds to Desert Hills.
Really good
hustle by Tess Peterson.
Yeah, really good hustle. And then not only that, Payson going after it too, running into their own bench, and just 3 players wanting to get the ball.
Tonight's game brought to you by Patio Furniture St. George, new location on Gateway Drive. Tess Peterson on a skip, going to take it 3 short, right on line, just short. Rebound Lions. Leading by 7, 5:12 in the fourth quarter remaining. On the Scooters Coffee Clock, Devin Dixon, Trevor Allen here on the Fan and on KSL. Glad you're with us on radio or the live stream. 3, no good. Deep rebound controlled by Mortensen. Bren wants to push ahead. Crossed half court. Mortensen all the way down the lane, bumped and fouled by Avery Roundy. That'll be her 3rd.
Yeah, the refs are going to tighten up the whistles now. As you can tell, with Heaton fouled out with 6 minutes to go, and now with just little bumps here and there, they're gonna tighten up the whistles, Devin.
Under 5 to play. Into Villanueva. Lob it down low to Hansen. Hansen to the drop step to the middle, blocked away by Jackman. Coach Donas thought maybe he should have got a whistle there, didn't get the call.
And also wanting to pick up full court.
Yeah, maybe that was what he was upset about.
That was. He just
that block looked pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean, one of them did. There were 3 bodies down there, 3 Payson bodies.
Still a 7-point lead. Drive on the baseline, kick it over to Workman. Fadeaway jumper short. Rebound Jenna Brown. Brown will lead the break herself. Ahead to Peterson, but led her too far. Turnover, Thunder. That's turnover number 12 on the night.
And normally, as a coach, especially at this level, you kind of like your turnovers to be between 10 and 12. So you're kind of at that mark right now, but
I have Payson for 10, and I have Desert Hills for 12.
Payson had 6 in the first quarter.
They've really cleaned it up.
Yeah, they have cleaned it up.
They break the pressure. Roundy off the dribble. 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Still a 7-point lead for the Lions.
Still plenty of time. You just gotta get some stops and scores on the other end.
Mid-range baseline jumper too strong. Rebound Hansen, the senior. Over to Villanueva, playing with 4 fouls. Peterson thought about the 3, and it's stolen away. She was in triple threat when she didn't. And now a steal right back by Jenna Brown. Brown trapped, though. And a foul called on Payson. Barr will get tagged with the foul, and that's her 4th.
Devin, as a coach, there's a lot of things that really make you upset, that make you your hair go bald and gray. That's one of them, where you end up getting a turnover, and rather than getting an opportunity to score on the other end, you turn the ball right back.
And that's big because Desert Hills running out of clock here. 3:36 to go, down 7, and they get a chance with another offensive possession. Westoff over to Brown. Brown going to hoist a 3. That won't go.
That was
Ball
a good look.
Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Tess Peterson.
If Payson's going to let her shoot it, she seems that she has the confidence to do it. And if you're not going to have a high hand closeout out on the wing, fire away. You got nothing to lose.
Timeout taken. Brought to you by Luke Udy, American Family Insurance. We'll step aside. Full timeout. 3:24 to go. 40-33. Payson leads the Thunder here in the quarterfinals for a girls' action. Stay with us.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey, we're back, everybody. 7-point game, 3:24 to go. Crunch time here in the nightcap. Devin Dixon, Trevor Allen. Game tonight presented by the Boulevard, celebrating 50 years. Making your house feel more like home. Payson.
And then tournament coverage brought to you by UCCU. Love where you bank. And we happen to be at the UCCU Center.
Yep. Great venue.
Yeah, definitely great venue.
And a 3, good by Roundy. That is Chesney Roundy's 3rd triple of the game, and the lead is 10.
So, if you're looking for plays to put a team away here in the postseason, nowhere else to look besides Chesney Roundy.
Hanson triple short. And Desert Hills just the scoring is dried up, Trev. And that big 3 pushing the lead to 10. I believe that is the largest lead of the game now.
I believe it is.
For Payson. Payson the 5 seed, Desert Hills the 12 seed here in the quarterfinals. Shot clock down to 13. Backdoor cut. No, but a foul.
Great pass by Quincy, seeing the and that was probably the action that coach ran out of that timeout. To where you have that backside right there. You go over to Quincy, and then the help is too late right there on the backside by number 3.
Yeah, that's Clausen that got tagged with the foul, but she's not in any kind of foul trouble.
Yeah.
Hannah Heaton.
Leave that to 3 Desert Hills players though.
That free throw no good, so splitting the free throws. And lead is 11. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder.
It's a good thought, but you got to keep in mind the length that Payson plays with, and that they want to get their hands in the passing lanes, especially whenever they're playing in a zone, which they're doing right now on this baseline out of bounds.
2:17 remaining. Hanston to Clausen. Skip it over to the wing. And Mortensen fouled by number 24, Quincy Matthews, her 3rd. So Barr's got 4.
That's her 4th.
Or excuse me, is that 4?
Yeah, that's 4. That's
I missed one.
I'm just looking over at the one that has the referee uniform on. That's the official scorebook. She held up 4 fingers
my
to
stats
coach.
Are completely unofficial.
Yeah, I'll look at the one who's official.
Smart.
At least for fouls.
It's
I definitely trust your word for points, though. I'll give you that.
11-point lead. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Ridgeline awaits the winner of this game. Villanueva. 2-guard action out to Mortensen. Over to Brown, back to Morty. Kick out. Mortensen, good look at a three. It's in the air, no good though. In and out. Villanueva grabs the rebound. Shot up and in, and a foul. Big bucket there to cut the lead down to 9. The sophomore, Miley Villanueva.
And that's her 5th.
Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Your second leading scorer fouls out of the game for Payson. Now, that's a key play there for Villanueva, because you're kind of in that stretch right now where you kind of have that last-ditch effort before, the game's kind of put away. You got to have something, and she converts this. You're down by 8 points, and you just got to start getting stops. And then of what coaches do, of what they track, at least a lot of coaches do, usually have a assistant coach tracking of what are called kills, which is 3 straight possessions with stops. So to get a kill right here, I think would be huge for Desert Hills.
Payson this year as a team of 56% free throw shooters. So I don't know, if you can't get a steal, you might want to start at least thinking about putting them on the line. Instead, they get a backdoor cut and a bucket by Jackman. 10 second half points, all 10 in the game in the second half for Jackman. Kick out to Villanueva. Back to Mortensen. 1:16 to go. Lead is 11. Ashton Hansen, 3 short. Rebound Lions. Here come the Lions across half court.
If you're Desert Hills, you got to get the 5-second count going. But I mean, you're down by 11.
Left. Kick out. They're going to run this shot clock all the way down. Desert Hills is not going to foul, it doesn't appear. And now they finally do.
Took too much time off the clock. There was no need to foul at that point. I mean, 45 seconds, down by 11. There really wasn't any point to foul, but, I mean, your season's on the line, I guess. You got nothing to lose. The best thing that could happen is she misses both free throws, go the other way, and hit a 3.
First free throw is no good. Left it short. Barr will have one more. Kai just 2 points tonight, looking for point number 3. And that shot is good.
Desert Hills has only used 1 timeout this half. Has 4 timeouts Coach Denos has in his back pocket.
Yeah, still for the seniors, playing their last game for the Thunder. You got a lot of talented sophomores to build around the next couple of years. Villanueva 3-0, and with 40 seconds left, Thunder will foul again. Lead is 12, 47-35. Lions can seal this dub from the stripe. And they'll get a matinee matchup with the Riverhawks tomorrow afternoon.
I'm normally not a uniform type person, like as far as like looks for uniforms, but I say both these teams won the uniform game.
Yeah.
Like, they're both slick.
The only thing is it took me a little while to pick up all the numbers, that white on white with, with the green background.
Luckily, we're not
too far away from the court.
We're not calling a football game.
Yeah.
If that was a football thing, that would be broadcaster's nightmare.
I bet our online streamers are having trouble picking up the numbers, though.
That's why they have us, though.
Yeah, true.
We're here to help.
49-35. 3 good. Tess Peterson. She's got 8 in the game, but it just cuts it down to 11. A quick foul, 24 seconds left.
That 3 came a little too late. Needed it probably 2 minutes ago. 2 game minutes ago.
But again, I'm starting to say for these sophomores for Desert Hills, you're getting a taste of this venue, a playoff run. You win 2 games last week. Looks like they're going to come up a little bit short to the 5 seed Payson.
How many sophomores do they have?
A lot. I mean, Brielle Adamson, Bryn Mortensen, Lulu West, Riley Green, Sophie Nilsson, who didn't play tonight, Ellie Heaton, Hannah's little sister, Kylie Riding, Villanueva's a sophomore. Tess Peterson's a sophomore. There's a good core of sophomores.
And the fact that they were able to make it here.
And this is JC Riding that's checking in. She's a senior. She got injured, and she is going to go.
That's so cool.
And she's going to be emotional a little bit here. She couldn't play tonight. JC going to walk it up into the front court. senior, correct.
That's awesome.
And she's got that left knee all braced up. JC going to move it over to Tess.
That's really cool.
13-point lead. JC getting in the quarterfinals to end her career. Peterson runner, no, but a foul with 1.4 on the clock.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and Hannah was able to play through some injuries, but JC was not. She got hurt, I think it was last week.
Oh, that's tough.
Been a senior, and you can see she is unable to go full strength, not even close. That left knee all braced up.
Yeah, she can't even move properly.
Yeah, I don't know if the ACL, I don't know what the MRI said, but obviously not able to go. Peterson, the free throw, good. One more for Tess. Try to get into double figures tonight. And she does. She's got 10. Couple threes. That'll do it. 51-40, the final score. Payson moving on to face Ridgeline tomorrow afternoon. Good moment there for JC Ryder, who gets a hug from teammates. The seniors emotional, obviously, playing their final game. Ren Mortensen, the first to jump in line. Both teams set to congratulate each other. We're going to stay here live. Caden's going to have a chance, hopefully, to catch up with coach or players from the Payson Lions who win by 11.
Yeah, a really solid win for Payson. I thought that, it was obviously a rough start for them in that first quarter, only scoring 1 point. But again, Desert Hills didn't take advantage of that either, scoring only 5 points in that opening quarter. And then it was just kind of back and forth until Payson pulled away here in the late third, early fourth quarter.
All right, we've got Caden, who is with Chesney Roundy, and post-game comments here brought to you by St. George Recreation, sgcityrec.org, and Caden is lining Chesney Roundy up here, and obviously she was our Findlay Subaru star of the game. Let's go to Caden.
A good win here in this first matchup on this Monday. Beat Desert, you got to move on and play Ridgeline, but let's talk about this one. Good game here. Tell me your thoughts going through this one.
At first I was a little worried, but we came out and we finished strong, and I'm really proud of my team. So,
how does it feel after a slow start to the first quarter? You changed gears in the second, and then again through that whole second half. What was the mentality like in that shift?
At first, everyone was just playing really scared. We've never been to UVU, so it was a big change for us. And then when we adjusted, we started feeling like ourselves again, and so it felt really good.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the win, and good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Caden. Chesney Roundy. She probably gets our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game for Payson with that three-pointer she hit with 3:24 to go, because that kind of gave the separation that Payson was able to hold on to. But I want to give an honorary Playmaker Play of the Game.
I was just about to do that.
To JC Riding tonight.
Yep. I was going to tell you that we're going to change it. We're going to do Play of the Game. I think her coming in, especially after, senior year, I mean, to have that happen about a week ago, and, just as the playoffs were getting underway, and, every senior dreams of playing in a college arena at their point in career, and, not every senior gets to do that, and for her to have that happen to her and, to have it taken away because of an injury, I think was really cool by Coach to be able to put her in that kind of situation. So I would definitely say co-play of the game.
Yeah, let's give a shout-out to Coach Noss and credit to Coach Barr. And obviously, the time and score was right there to go ahead and get JC in there. And in a moment she'll probably remember forever. Obviously, she wanted to play full strength. Injuries part of the game. It happens. Sports, that's just part of it. And there's always winners and losers. And this one's going to sting for the Thunder. But this is going to be Payson. You just heard Chesney say, hey, we've never been to this venue. This is big for us, for this group, to have a shot now at the number one defending state champs tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tall challenge for them. I mean, you can't come out scoring only a point in the first quarter. You got to be able to come out and really impose your will, and it's going to be a very tough challenge, because just seeing, Ridgeline from start to finish, warm-up line and everything, they are locked in. They're ready to go. It's going to be a challenge for them, but that's also why you end up playing the game. You don't play games based off of what it is on paper. You play it because every team has a chance to win on any given night.
Yeah, big second half, I thought, for Oakley Jackman. She had 10, but Caden just talked to our Findlay superstar of the game, Chesney Roundy. A game-high 14 points, 9 for Avery Roundy, 6 for Matthews, 3 for Barr. Desert Hills 2 and 3 in double figures. Ashton Hansen with 12 playing her final game. Hannah Heaton had 11 before she fouled out there with a lot of time on the clock. There was like over 5 minutes left in that fourth quarter. Yeah, 6 minutes. And then Tess Peterson, the young sophomore, had 10 with those late free throws. So we've named our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game, our Star of the Game, Roundy. Caden talked to her. Our Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game. Anything come to the
There were actually a couple of blocks. I think Jackman had one, and I think Matthews had one, and maybe Barr. There were a couple of blocks in there, so I would say Jackman's block, I believe it was in the third quarter. I can't remember, but yeah.
Was it on that baseline drive where she walled up? That it hardly even went out of bounds, and I said at the time, the block, I mean, you love it. The fans love it, but at least you kept the possession.
There was also another one over here where I can't remember who it was, like when to close out and then just was able to extend her arm and be able to block the shot. I want to say it was one of the roundies, but I could be wrong.
Plenty of praise to go around for Coach Barr. 17-7 against Ridgeline tomorrow. That's the 2:30 game. Then the other half of the semifinal, Cedar and Snow Canyon in the girls' bracket. That'll be 4:30. And then in the boys tomorrow night, gonna be fun. Snow Canyon and Cottonwood, Layton Christian, and Green Canyon will battle it out tomorrow.
Yeah, schedule for that is at 5:50. Be Green Canyon against Layton Christian Academy, and then at 7:30. Will be Snow Canyon and Cottonwood.
It's going to be fun. We'll have them all. We'll have them all on the KSLSports.com website. Of course, we'll have any Region 9 game with boys and girls, 3 games tomorrow on the Fan Sports Network as well. Trev, it's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Final thoughts on just the day and this game we just finished.
It's fun because, coming into this tournament, you look at it, especially with 4A getting a couple of regions now, whether that it's not just St. George and Cache Valley anymore, adding some really talented teams, and with all the upsets that happened, it's the real reason why tournaments are so much fun, with the upsets and people rooting for the underdogs and things like that, just getting us geared up for the college tournament. But it also goes to show that 4A is just as competitive as 5A and 6A in my opinion. Having covered both 5A and 6A, and then being here, at least in this first year of the new and improved 4A, I think it's going to be really competitive for years to come.
What stood out today? I mean, the high mark today, Olivia Hamlin, Snow Canyon girls, she dropped 35. That has to resonate. Elise Livingston and Emily Skinner combining for over 40 in their win as they try to repeat as state champs. Those kind of resonate with me on the girls' side. And then on the boys' side, woo, those semifinals look juicy. We had 2 upsets today, and those 2 teams will meet, Cottonwood and Snow Canyon, tomorrow.
I thought that Owen Mackey was the absolute star from the boys section. He knew exactly what he needed to do to keep his high school career alive. I mean, he's going to go on and play college ball, obviously, after his mission, after he goes to Utah Tech. But like he wanted to go for one last ride, and he didn't want it to go down against a region rival. And so for him to come out and have his supporting cast also help him out get there was really a sight to see. And to also show people that, again, this is why you play the game. Everyone thought coming in, I don't think there was a single person out there besides Snow Canyon that thought that Dixie would get an upset here, that it was going to be Layton Christian playing against Dixie in the state championship game, and that was going to be kind of a toss-up for that game. But, Snow Canyon put a lot of people on notice today.
Yeah, that was the big upset of the day, although, Cottonwood upsetting the 3-seed Logan on the boys' side as well. Layton Christian had to come back against Murray. I thought Murray had a really good game plan.
They did.
Had some really good players, had a big size mismatch, and did everything they could, but they ended up falling short. Layton Christian winning. And that Ridgeline Green Canyon game was tremendous, with Green Canyon getting a little revenge, winning by 3. So the semis are set tomorrow, and we'll be here for all of it. We got to get our crew out of here tonight. It's been a long day for Trevor, for Jessica, for Andy, for Caden, for all of you for watching and listening. We say goodnight from the UCC Youth Center. We'll see you all tomorrow afternoon.
In a couple hours.